Welcome to Wellington International. My name is Ellen Sweetnam, and we're here for week one of the Winter Equestrian Festival. We're going to kick off this week with the $32,000 CSI 3-star Adequan WEF Challenge here at our main ring in the stadium here. Time allowed is set at 74 seconds for this winning round today. We're expected to see about 65 in the class today. This class is run as a winning round, so our top 12 will return for the jump off no matter of falls in the first round. Top 12 will return for the jump off in reverse order of falls from the first round. First into the ring today will be Christian Kukuk aboard Esport Blanc Cristal. This is an 11-year-old gelding by Vigo CC out of Ukraine de Amaury. Christian, of course, earning that gold medal at the Paris Olympics this summer. This is a newer ride for him. Previous ride of Philip Hartman. As I said, this is a winning round, so even if we have greater than 12 clear in the first round, only 12 will return for the jump off. This is a newer format than last week's WEF 0 Adequan WEF Challenge Cup. Just having the back rail of that final oxer there down. We're just one down in a time of 70.86. So that time allowed is set at that 74 seconds. So inside that time allowed, we're just picking up the back bar of that oxer. Next in, we welcome Chris Uwanowski aboard New Jersey Van den Norenhof. This is a 12-year-old mare by Spartacus out of Philadelphia. Second to go in this Adequan WEF Challenge Cup here for the first week of the Winter Equestrian Festival. So jump one is that Southern Arches Oxer, our title sponsor of this week at WEF. This combination were fifth in a 3-star welcome stake in Traverse City this summer. This is a previous mount of Stephanie Andreas. Just a wave of the hand there from Chris, just having those few down and just choosing to retire in today's $32,000 Adequan WEF Challenge Cup. So two gone. Christian Kukuk just having that last oxer down there. And Chris Uwanowski choosing to retire. Roberta Turan goes in next on Iron Maiden. This is a 9-year-old gelding by Claramo out of La Ville de la Gourdehart. This combination were sixth in a 5-star in Tryon this fall, as well as second in a 3-star welcome stake also in Tryon. Just coming across the middle to that net checks a double at A and B, and then down to this skinny plank. Today's course builder is Nick Granite. Very accomplished course builder. Built on a lot of the top stages. So just coming home there for 4 falls for Roberto Turon, and a time is 69.42. So giving us our fastest 4 faulter as of now. So 3 Gran, we have those two on 4 falls, and then Chris Unowski just choosing to retire. Next in, we welcome Tanner Crocken aboard Kinmar Quality Hero. Just a bit of miscommunication there. Just a dismount of horse and rider, but both up on their feet. Both horse and rider back up on their feet, just gathering themselves before they exit the ring, and we wait for our next competitor in today's class. Today's $32,000 WEF Challenge Cup is sponsored by Adequan. Adequan, American Region Animal Health Maker of Adequan Polysulfated Glycosamiglycan, is a proud sponsor of today's $32,000 Adequan WEF Challenge Cup during week 1 of the Winter Equestrian Festival. For over 30 years, Adequan has been a trusted veterinarian, trainers, and horse owners. Visit adequan.com to learn more. Also, our sponsor of this week, is Sudden Arches. They are a proud sponsor of week 1 of the Winter Equestrian Festival here at Wellington International. Next in, we welcome the USA Spencer Smith. He is aboard Quibel. This is a 16-year-old mare for a quad out of Sherry. Foregone out of our expected 65 in today's $32,000 Adequan WEF Challenge Cup. This combination were part of the gold medal team that jumped at the Nations Cup finals in Barcelona back in 2021. More recently, we're second in a 3-star speed in Traverse City this summer, and Spencer being a member of Team USA that won gold at the Dublin Horse Show this summer. Just unlucky having that first part of that net jets double down for Spencer. But as I said, this is a winning round, so you may still get into the jump off if you're not clear. 3 down there for Spencer Smith with a total of 12 faults and a time of 73.20. 5 gone so far. 6th in the order today is Max Routledge. He is aboard Askadina PPZ. This is a 9-year-old mare by Askar Z out of Badina PP. Max jumped with us here pre-season as well as last week. His combination finished 12th in our National Grand Prix last week. Just 1 down in that jump off. But really exciting round for those guys. Max, interestingly, is a former polo player, now turned show jumper. He's represented the Team GB on some Senior Nations Cup teams. And I believe coming over to us here in Wellington for his first season with some horses and just trying something new. Max coming home there on that 8 jumping fault and a time of 70.80. Just those poles dropping at the NetJets combination as well as that Adequan double over there. Our 6 gone so far, still waiting on that clear, but as I said, this is a winning round class, so our top 12, no matter of falls, they will return for that jump off today. Next in, we welcome Mark Blumen aboard Conquer PS. This is an 11-year-old mare by Cantargo out of Carolina. This combination were the winners of a 5-star in California at the end of 2024. Mark was part of the Maccabee United team on that Major League Tour and spent his season following that tour and being a key part in that team. Just coming down to our last line now to that Fidelity Oxer down to the double of verticals at 12 A and B, just picking up that front part of that double. Mark Blumen just coming home there with the 4 jumping falls and a time of 71.45. So joining our 2 other 4 falters as of now, Roberto Tron still being that fastest 4 falter, Christian Kukuk also a 4 falter, as well as Mark Blumen. So still waiting on the first clear of today's class. Next in, we welcome Jadana aboard Caro W. This is a 12-year-old gelding by Castello II out of Annabella. This combination jumped at the World Cup qualifier at the Royal this fall, as well as following that Major League Tour and picking up top placings. Chad, of course, training and riding with US team gold medalist Leslie Howard. Very fast rider, very consistent, jumped with us here during preseason. Just unlucky having that vertical at 7 down. And just picking up that plank also at 10. And coming down to our last line to that Fidelity Oxer, down to the double verticals before coming down to our Sandcastle Oxer at 13. Jad just finishing up there on the 8 jumping faults in a time of 71.43. So still no clears in this class. Just we have our 3-4 falters, 2 8 falters, a 12 falter, and 2 with no score. Next in, we welcome Bailey McKeever. She is aboard Formidable. This is a 15-year-old mare by Carmobile out of Rebecca Li. This combination won individual gold at the North American Youth Championships in 2023. Formidable is a previous mount of William Grease, who competed this mare at the Young Horse Championships in Lanaken back in 2017. Just a bit of miscommunication coming to that net checks double. So just Bailey coming back and reapproaching it once again. Just picking up the second part of that double. Bailey finishing up there on the 12 jumping as well as those 10 time faults in a time of 83.46. We have seen 9 so far in today's class of our 65 expected. Michaela Langmeyer comes in next. She is aboard Mimosa van der Rolenbeck. This is a 13-year-old mare by Kalaslo van der Hel out of Fatina van de Hekkenhoff. This combination were 6th in a 5-star in Traverse City this summer. This mare being a previous ride of Ruben van Dijk. We've seen 10 so far in the class. Very much a mix of fences coming down. Nick has done a super good job of, building a very big and technical course, but also being evenly distributed. There's nothing that stands out as of now. Michaela just picking up that plank at fence 10 also. It's just coming down to our last line here with that 8 fall so far. Just fighting a little bit, but got her control down to the last oxer there at fence 13. Michaela just finishing up there on the 12 jumping faults as well as one time fault.
US runner, part of the winning team for the Battle of the Sexes previously as well. She's a Grand Prix winner across the country. Abigail McCardle now of the USA and the
Next in, we welcome the USA's Abigail McCardle aboard Olympia van de Ekenoff. This is a 10-year-old mare by Elvis Terpu out of Clara van de Ekenoff. Abigail is our 11th. In our class, still no clears as of now. Roberta Trump being that fastest four faulter. This class is a winning round format this year, so our top 12 will go into the jump off no matter of faults. So if we have greater than 12 clears, only the fastest 12 will come into the jump off. And then if we have less than 12 clears, some of our fastest four faulters will come into the jump off today. Abigail and her mare were third in a 3-star Grand Prix in Kentucky during the fall, as well as top placings in Tryon during the summer at that 3-star level. Abigail was another one we saw during preseason here. Came back after her summer away and then just getting some experience back in the ring before the Winter Equestrian Festival started back again. Just very unlucky robbing that second part of that double, having that down at 12. Abigail McCardle just picking up that 4 falls there in a time of 72.41. Just unlucky that 4 falls at 12B. She slots into 4th place as of now as our 4th fastest 4 faulter. Next in our 12th combination in today's class is Nick Delajoyo. He is aboard Delano Van Aydezee. This is an 11-year-old gelding by Denzel van de Molenhof. This combination were the winners of a 2-star Grand Prix qualifier and the same Grand Prix also this fall in Tryon. So still waiting on that first clear in the class today. Nick just coming home to that final line, to that Fidelity Oxer, down to the double of verticals. Just unlucky picking up that first part of that double. And that final oxer also. Nick just finishing up there on the 8 faults in a time of 72.26. We have seen 12 so far in our expected 65 in today's Adequan WEF Challenge Cup here at week 1 of the Winter Equestrian Festival. Still holding out on that first clear. As I said, this is a winning round, so our top 12 will return for the jump off no matter of faults. Next in, we welcome Niall Nassar on ESI Alley. This is a 9-year-old gelding by Staccato Gold out of Adelhead. This Irish bred gelding is a previous mount of Seamus Hughes Kennedy, who competed with this gelding at the Young Horse Championships in Lanaken back in 2022. Niall and ESI Alley were the winners of a 2-star Grand Prix in Greenwich this summer. Still holding on for our first clear. Niall just approaching that last line to the Fidelity Oxer, down to the double verticals that have been seem to be causing the most issues so far in this class. Niall just finishing up there on the 4 falls in a time of 68.65. That fence just coming down at fence 7, that red vertical over at the far end of the ring. Still waiting on our first clear. Niall just slotting in to top spot as of now, as he is our fastest 4 faulter. Roberto Tron being that second fastest 4 faulter as of now. Our 15th to go will be Ireland's Dara Kenny aboard Chaco Sinai. This is a 13-year-old gelding by Choco Blue out of Cassandra. Chaco Sinai being one of Dara's horses that he brought to Europe this summer. This combination were the winners of a 5-star speed in London in December. Did several top placings during the summer months, as well as a win in Auclebec. Chaco Sinai being a previous ride of Martin Fuchs. Just seemed to catch his eye on something over on that far side. That water tray at that vertical is full with water, and the reflection off the sun definitely gives the horses something to look at coming down into that vertical. Dara just coming home there on that one fault so far, just that stop at 7. Dara finishing up there on 4 jumping faults, as well as 9 time faults in a time of 82.39. Total of 13 faults there for Dara Kenny and Chaco Sinai. Next in, we welcome Kevin Gallagher aboard Ballerina Home. This is a 10-year-old mare by Baloo out of Costello Home. Kevin was another rider we saw frequently during preseason here. Just unlucky having that jump at 2 down. Very consistent during his preseason, some placings in our national Grand Prix and our national classes. in preparation for the WEF season that we've started. This combination have had several placings together at that 3-star level. Just unlucky picking up that plank also at fence 10. Kevin coming home to our last line here on that 8 fall so far. Just having that back bar of that oxer also. So Kevin just finishing up there on the 12 faults in a time of 72.24. Still waiting on our first clear in today's class. Our fastest 4 faulter as of now is Niall Nassar and ESI Ali. Next in, we welcome the USA's McLean Ward aboard Quintum Del Masca. This is an 11-year-old gelding by Quasimo Z out of Increta Del Masset. This is a previous ride of Dangle Bedoya. This pair won the 5-star winning round in Tryon this fall, as well as coming second in a 5-star winning round in Traverse City. Just unlucky having that vertical at 7 down. Still holding on to our first clear in this $32,000 Adequan WEF Challenge Cup here during the week 1 of the Winter Equestrian Festival. McLean coming home there on the 8 jumping falls. Those fall coming at 7 and 9, 8 at that net jets double also. Just finishing up there on the 8 falls on time of 70.36. Our 18th to go in today's class will be Marilyn Little aboard La Contessa. This is a 9-year-old mare by license out of Collie. This combination had a top 10 finish in Tryon in the 3-star Grand Prix this fall. They were also double clear in a 3-star welcome stake in Tryon, finishing 6th. This is our 18th to go in today's class. Still waiting on that first clear out of our expected 65 to go. Just picking up that 4 falls there at that blue oxer at 8. And then just coming down to our last line here to this Fidelity oxer down to the blue double. Marlon just finishing up there on a total of 16 jumping in a time of 71.30.
It takes us to Ashley Vogel with the squadron development and non-state of active launch at Bangkok Crest.
Next in, we welcome the USA's Ashley Vogel aboard Namaste Van Ekenland. This is a 12-year-old gelding by Elvis Chupo out of Amigo. This pair were part of the Major League team that came third in Monterey this fall, as well as being sixth in a 3-star Grand Prix in Kentucky. This gelding being a previous mount of Ashley's trainer, Shane Sweetnam. Ashley actually won the under-25s final and series here at WEF back in 2021. Just turning back to our last line with the 2 down so far at 7 and 8. Ashley just finishing up there on the 8 jumping falls in a time of 73.27, putting her into 10th place as of now. As I said, this is a winning round format, so our top 12 will return for the jump off.
Good Morning B is the Adequan WEF Eldorado and Scarhol Clinton.
Our 20th to go in today's $32,000 Adequan WEF Challenge Cup during week 1 of the Winter Equestrian Festival here at Wellington International will be Ansgar Holsker Jr. aboard Good Morning B. This is a 13-year-old gelding by Eldorado van den Nesenhof out of Andorra Z. Ansgar spending his summer in Europe, jumping on some Nations Cup teams, as well as having a very consistent summer with his mounts top placings. We have seen 20 so far in this class. Still waiting on that first clear. But as I said previously, because this is a winning round format, we will have a jump off with our top 12, no matter if we see a clear or not. Ansgar just picking up that first part of that NetJets double at 9A. And that blank there at 10. Ansgar finishing up there on the 8 jumping falls there in time of 72.51, slotting him into 10th place as of now. Next in, we welcome Brianne Goutal-Marteau. She's our 21st to see. She is aboard SNL Marlon van de Hekenoff. This is a 13-year-old stallion by Desart Duchou out of Heerkok van de Orkenoff. This stallion jumped at the Young Horse Championships in Lanaken back in 2018 with Christopher Klasner. This pair spent their summer in New York, jumping at a consistent level there. Brianne, of course, a very decorated rider, grew up here, very accomplished equitation rider, 10-turn jumper, has represented the US on several Senior Nations Cup teams, has competed at the World Cup finals, and she is also a winner of the prestigious American Gold Cup. Just having the back bar of that oxer at 13 down also, so coming home there with the 8 false for Brigan Goutal Marteau in a time of 72.47. Still waiting on our first clear. Our fastest 4-faulter as of now is Niall Nassar aboard ESI Alley. So far, all of our 4-faulters are qualified for that jump off. But as far as our 8-faulters, Ashley Vogel being that slowest 8-faulter as of now. Next in, we welcome Genevieve Meyer aboard My Lord Miles. This is a 10-year-old gelding by My Lord Cartago out of Ticora. Genevieve training with Helena Stormans, so spending her summer over in Europe. Consistently jumping at a 4-star and 3-star level this year. Got to jump at some shows like Aachen, the Brussels Masters, as well as Saint-Tropez. Coming down to our last line on that 4 false. Just picked up that 4 false at that oxer at 4. Just unlucky picking up that second part of 12. Genevieve Meyer coming home there on the 8 jumping falls on time of 71.15. So being fast enough to slot into our 4 falters for the jump off as of now, with 22 seen out of the expected 75.
First of 10 before drag break. Adequan WEF Challenge Cup.
Our first of 10 before our drag break is Luis Fernando Lazabal. He is aboard Baroness. This is a 9-year-old mare by Baloo Belining out of Power Girl II. This combination picked up several placings during WEF of 2024. They were also the winners of a 2-star during WEF of 2024. Luis did spend some of his summer in Europe. He jumped at the Olympics this year with his other male Kandara. Also was part of the silver medal team at the Bulgarian Games back in 2022. So far just picking up the back bar of that oxer at 4. What may be hard to see on the screen, it's a very tight turn back to that very big oxer. And Jen just coming home to our last line, to that Fidelity Oxer down to the blue double of verticals. Just unfortunately having that first part of the double down. Luis Fernando as well just finishing there on a total of 8 faults and a time of 70.56. So being a very fast four faulter as of now. He is the 7th fastest so far. He is our second fastest 8 faulter. McLean Ward just being faster than him did a time of 70.36. Next in, we welcome Francisco Goyaga. He is aboard Chacolando PS. This is a 10-year-old stallion by Chaco Blue out of Calandra. Francisco being a rider for Ken and Emily Smith at Ashland Farms. Spending his summer boat in Kentucky and Michigan. Very successful season at boat shows this year before returning to their home base here in Wellington. This is a newer mount for him. Did compete with it during preseason and just bringing it up to the 3-star level here today. Just unlucky picking up that plank at 10. And that first part of that double coming down again for the 6th time. Finishing there on a total of 12 faults for Francisco Gallaga and a time of 70.08. So as of now, still waiting on our first clear. Some 4 faulters, all of our 4 faulters are qualified for the jump off as of now. And then some of our 8 faulters, anybody over 8 faults that aren't relatively fast, will not be qualifying for the jump off for today's $32,000 Adequan WEF Challenge Cup here during week 1 of the Winter Equestrian Festival. Next in, we welcome Natalie Dean. She is aboard Concalma. This is 11-year-old gelding by Costello out of Be Happy. Natalie having a very busy summer between balancing her time between both North America and Europe, while also being on the GCT teams as well as being on the Major League Tour. With that being said, she had a very consistent summer, really a key member on both her team for the Major League Tour as well as her team for GCT. Still holding out for our first clear. Natalie just approaching that last line to our Fidelity Oxer down to our double of verticals. And just coming down to our last Oxer. Really nice there. Natalie giving us our first clear in a time of 71.46. So I had to wait for 26 people to go into the ring today before we got our first clear from Natalie Dean on Concalma. Natalie Dean being our first clear and our only clear so far, so she will be the last one to go on our jump off as of now. All of our 4 faulters are into the jump off so far, and then a few of our 8 faulters. But still, 26 gone with our expected 65 in today's class, so still a lot to play for as of now. Next into the ring is USA's Alex Granado aboard Helios van den Nosenhof. Kisma Equestrian linked as the owner of this stallion. This is a 12-year-old stallion by Numero Uno out of Dornosa. Alex, another rider that was here with us during pre-season, jumped our 3-star pre-charity week. Brought some of his less experienced horses under the lights during our national classes. Alex having a very consistent summer, spending it between Traverse City and Kentucky, picking up many top placings and several wins. They were the winners of a 3-star welcome stake in fall in Kentucky before coming back down to us here. Just unlucky picking up that 4 faults at the vertical at 10. And that first part of that double coming down once again in today's class. So Alex just finishing up there on the 8 jumping faults in a time of 69.09. So being our fastest 8 faulter as of now. As I said, still a lot to play for. Puts him into the top 12.
Before the very break, it's Kathleen Driscoll now and Hidalgo.
Next into the ring is the first of 6 before our first drag break of today's class. It is Kathleen Driscoll aboard Hidalgo. This is a 12-year-old gelding by Catico out of Quindam Olga M. This combination were second in a 3-star welcome stake in Traverse City this summer, as well as finishing third in that 3-star Grand Prix. Kathleen spending her summers in Traverse City with the Plain Bay Farms. In 2023, she was the leading rider for the Traverse City Horse Shows for that tour. Just unlucky having that vertical at 7 down. Today's course really being a mixture of a few jumps that come down quite consistently. That number 7, that vertical, seems to be a bit of a troubleshooter, as well as that stone vertical at 10, as well as this double combination that she is coming into. Kathleen just finishing there on the 4 jumping faults in a time of 72.83. Just picking up that one down at that vertical at 7.
So in the previous result class, the moment 12th place to this stage, running 8 faults is Genevieve Naya, and Vanilla Miles on 8 faults, 71.15. Natalie Dean, the only clear so far. Concama 12 to return. Jenny Rankin now, and Jenny the Irish rider riding for the Trinity Partners of here in Wellington, and this the Dutch bred gelding now.
Next in, we welcome the Irish rider Jenny Rankin. She is aboard Ibiza. This is a 12-year-old gelding by Echelon de Muse out of Watch Me Be. Trinity Partners being listed as the ownership of this gelding. Jenny working closely with both Emma Marlowe and Barry O'Connor. Three of them working together, producing and training while here in Wellington during the winter season, as well as spending their summers in Europe. Continue to train and also develop some of these horses up to a higher level, as well as competing at this level. Really nice. They're giving us our second clear for Jenny Rankin in a time of 72.69. Jenny joining Natalie Dean as our only clear so far. So giving us our two clears in this $32,000 Adequan WEF Challenge Cup. We've seen 29 so far. Two clears. Still plenty left to go. We have a total of 65 in this class. We're about 4 before our drag break of today's class. Next in, we welcome Jacqueline Rule. She is aboard Sanchono. This is a 16-year-old gelding by Sancho B out of Carusa. This combination were the winners of a 3-star Grand Prix in Tryon this fall. Also had a consistent WEF of 2024, picking up some top placings. Just unlucky having the back bar of that Oxer at 6B down. Coming home to our last line on that 12 fall so far. Jack and Rule finishing there on the 12 jumping falls on time of 71.57. So it's out of our top 12 that will return for the jump off in today's class. Next in, we welcome Lacey Gilbertson. She is aboard Lulu MPSC. This is a 10-year-old mare by Lord Pazuro. Out of MOS Sweet Funky. This combination were the winners of a 3-star Grand Prix in Kentucky back in September of last year. They're having a very consistent summer together, both in Kentucky and Michigan, as well as jumping with us here during preseason and picking up some placings in our 3-star as well as our national classes. We have seen 31 so far in our $32,000 WEF Challenge Cup, with those two clears so far coming from Natalie Dean and Jenny Rankin. And luckily just having that Oxer down at 11. And that final jump coming down also for Lacey Gilbertson. So Lacey just finishing there on the 8 jumping faults in a time of 69.10, slotting her into 10th place as of now. So relatively fast 8 faulter. So still qualifying for that jump off as of now. Just 2 left to go before our drag break. Ireland's Andrew Bournes goes into the ring next on Tranquility Bay. This is a 10-year-old gelding by Emerald out of Tullibard Lux Sensational. This Irish bred gelding jumped at the Young Horse Championships in Lanaken back in 2021. And Andrew and this gelding were third in a 5-star 2-phase in Ottawa back in August of last year. Just unluckily having that oxer down at 3. I believe that's the first time we've seen that oxer come down today. Andrew just approaching our final line on that 4 fall so far. Coming back to our Fidelity oxer. And then down to the tricky double of verticals. Before coming down to our Sandcastle oxer. Andrew Bourne's just finishing up there on the 4 falls in time of 70.25. Starting him into 5th place as of now. So 2 clears, and then he is our 3rd fastest 4 faulter as of now. I believe we have 1 left to go before our drag break in today's class. Next in we welcome Lily Keenan aboard Lulu 5. This is a 10-year-old gelding by Latour Vandam out of Code Luna. This combination were 3rd in a 5-star 1-round speed in Ottawa in August of 2024. This gelding is a previous ride of Greta Reenarcher. Two clears so far in our $32,000 WEF Adequan Challenge Cup here during week 1 of the Winter Equestrian Festival. Those coming from Jenny Rankin as well as Natalie Dean. Lily, another one that was on the Major League Tour this summer. Part of the winning team at the end of that circuit. Just picked up the second part of that NetJets double as well as that vertical at 10. Lily finishing up there on the 8 jumping falls in a time of 71.65. So we're at our drag break now of the first round of this $32,000 CSI 3-star Adequan WEF Challenge Cup during week 1 of the Winter Equestrian Festival. We have our 2 clear so far, but as I said, this is a winning round format, so we will see 12 returning for the jump off, no matter of faults. We're going to have a quick touch up of the surfaces, and we will be back for the second half of this class.
Still remaining in a class of 64 in this $32,000 3-star Adequan WEF Challenge Cup. I thank you to Adequan once again, and to find out more about how they've supported over 30 years, been trusted by veterinarians, trainers and also visit adequan.com.
Bainbridge is a fully integrated multifamily real estate company that has developed and acquired more than 43,000 units, representing $8.1 billion in transactions since its inception. With over 650 associates nationally, Bainbridge engages in virtually every step of the real estate process, from development and construction to acquisition and disposition, asset management and third-party management of multifamily real estate. Bainbridge is the 20th largest multifamily developer and 19th largest multifamily builder in the United States. Our team of experienced and knowledgeable professionals are devoted to creating exceptional living experiences for all of our residents and building lasting and mutually beneficial relationships with our partners and clients. Bainbridge is headquartered in Wellington, Florida, with offices and apartment communities in Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, and Texas. To learn more, visit www.thebainbridgecompanies.com.
I believe in goals. I believe in dreams. I believe in passion. Your success doesn't depend on a calendar. Your success depends on the passion that's burning inside of you each and every single day. You should not need a calendar to switch to another number for you to get motivated. If you're waiting for that to better yourself, if you're waiting for that to inspire, to be passionate, to grow, then you are setting yourself up for absolute failure.
At Palm Beach Equine Clinic, we know your horse is not only a superior athlete, but a part of your family. With more than 30 veterinarians, 4 board-certified surgeons, and the most technologically advanced equine imaging suite in the country, our team has all the skill sets required for accurate diagnosis and successful treatment. Palm Beach Equine Clinic is committed to providing exceptional service and care for both patients and owners. Visit equineclinic.com today to make us a part of your team.
From no-drill mud flaps and water-repellent seat protectors to our laser-measured floor liners, WeatherTech has everything you need. Order yours today at WeatherTech.com, the ultimate protection for your vehicle.
Experience the true essence of equine serenity at Zen Elite Equestrian Center. At Zen Elite, horses and humans come together in perfect harmony. Located near the winter horse capital of the world, Wellington, Florida, our center offers unrivaled amenities designed to elevate your equestrian experience. Our facilities boast 32 stalls, 20,000 square foot covered arena, and a large outdoor arena with ESI footing. From grass paddocks to a luxurious horse gym and spa, we cater to every aspect of your horse's well-being. With top trainers in dressage and jumping, Zen Elite is the perfect place to pursue your equestrian goals. Our soul-soothing surroundings nurture the mind, body, and spirit of both horse and rider. At Zen Elite Equestrian Center, equestrian dreams thrive. Discover the harmony of horse and rider at Zen Elite Equestrian Center. Your journey begins here.
Welcome back to Wellington International for the second half of our $32,000 CSI 3-star Adequan WEF Challenge Cup here for week 1 of the Winter Equestrian Festival. We have 2 clear so far in our class, and we'll return with about 35 for the second half of this class. This week's title sponsor is Southern Arches. Southern Arches are a proud sponsor of the 2025 Winter Equestrian Festival. We'd also like to say thank you to Adequan for sponsoring today's WEF Challenge Cup. Adequan, American regional animal health maker of Adequan polysulfated glycosylglycan, is a proud sponsor of today's $32,000 Adequan WEF Challenge Cup during week 1 of the Winter Equestrian Festival. For over 30 years, Adequan has been trusted by veterinarians, trainers, and horse owners. Visit adequan.com to learn more. Presenting our live stream is Dodd Technology, your partner in engineering extraordinary experiences since 1983. Discover how they elevate sports, entertainment, and corporate events at Dodd Technologies. USCF is also a presenting sponsor of our live stream, in partner with the support of the US Equestrian Federation and the USCF network. We have seen 33 so far in the expected 66 of this $32,000 WEF Adequan Challenge Cup. This class is run as a winning round, so we will have 12 return to the jump off no matter of faults. As of now, we do have our 2 clears, Natalie Dean being the slightly faster of those 2 clears. So she will be the last to see in the jump off as of now. Jenny Rankin also being our clear. We have several on 4 falls as well as a few of our 8 falters hanging in there to come in for the jump off of today's class. But still about 35-ish yet to see of this second half. The ring is just having a quick touch up between our halfway point, just finishing up that before we will welcome our first horse back into the ring, which is Nikki Galligan. The course today is designed by Nick Granite. No stranger to the ring here at Wellington International. Very accomplished course builder, has built a really good track today. A nice sign to see of the track that there's a few bogey fences in the course. Everything seemed to have come down at least once, bar our vertical or oxer at 1, as well as that farm vet vertical at 5. But every other fence in the course coming down in today's class so far. That last oxer at fence 13 being the jump we've seen the most come down. It's come down 6 times today. That was the oxer that caused a penalty for the Olympic individual gold medalist Christian Kukuk. But overall, a very consistent round today. 35 gone, 2 clears. We will see those 12 returning to the jump off no matter what. It will go on reverse of faults. So our fastest clear will obviously go last, and then it will reverse back up all the way until we get to 12. It doesn't matter if you have 4 or 8 faults or time faults or anything like that. You will return for the jump off if you're within the top 12. And all riders returning for the jump off will revert to a 0 score. Our first in after the break is Ireland's Nikki Galligan aboard VDL Nikita van der Loorak.
There is big action of the Irish Nikki Galligan and entry from the Fence Rodosco Group in Los Angeles.
This is a 12-year-old mare by Zaval VDL out of Danora van der Leeuwerk. This was another combination that we saw during pre-circuit here at Wellington International. They jumped in our 3-star pre-charity as well as some of those national classes. So that jump 1 being that Southern Arches Oxer, our title sponsor of this week, week 1 of the Winter Equestrian Festival. We have our 2 clear so far, and then a few of our 4 falters, and still a few 8 falters coming back to that jump off as of now after the first half of this course. The snatch jets double being something that's caught out several people in the class so far, but Nicky doing a good job not causing an issue for him. Just coming home down to our last line to that Fidelity Oxer down to the blue double verticals at 12A and B. Just our last Oxer. Nikki first in after the break, and our first clear in time is 68.70. So as of now, we have 2 Irish and 1 American into our clears as of the first of our second half of this class, joining Natalie Dean and Jenny Rankin. Nikki being our fastest clear so far in time is 68.70. That time allowed is set at that 74 seconds.
For that lady, this is 12th place mile 6910 and on the 8 pulse. Time first now, Kylie Wright for the February subclass of Montreal.
Still those 2 8 folders hanging in there for that jump off, those being Lacey Gilbertson and Alex Granado. Next into the ring, we welcome Carly Faherty. She is aboard a jet plane. This is an 11-year-old mare by Whitesnake out of Ulen. This is a previous mount of both Conan Wright and Michael Greaves over in Europe. This pair jumped a 2-star and 3-star level in Canada and New York this summer. Also a top 10 finish in a 2-star Grand Prix in Ocala. Carly finishing up there on the 16 jumping as well as 1 time fault there, and a time of 74.61 for Canada's Carly Faherty.
Winner of a big bridge journey before the speed earlier today in Brazil, Gabriel Donato Cristiano. Again, for big wins hit equestrian with an entry signed by Aaron Hoover Scott. That's the job of Delvin Miles and amongst the Hoover. Gabriel Donato Cristiano.
Next, and we welcome Gabriel de Matos Marshodo aboard Niles van de Modenhof. This is a 12-year-old gelding by I Am Morenoff Star out of Ballerine van de Hill. This combination were 4th in a 5-star speed in Michigan this summer, as well as picking up some top placings during WEF of 2024. Gabrielle being another rider that was part of the Major League Tour on that Maccabee United team. Just coming home there on the 4 faults in a time of 70.61. Slots him into 7th as of now. So Lacey Gilbertson being booted out of that top 12 and Alex Granado being our fastest, and only 8 faulter left to maybe return for the jump off today. Next in we welcome Andrew Wells and Idle H&H. This is a 12-year-old gelding by Action Breaker out of Montana. This combination of top 10 finish in a 3-star 2-phase in Traverse City this summer, as well as a top placing and clearing a 4-star welcome stake in New York. Just unlucky having that front part of the Adequan double at 6A down. Still on those 3 clears as of now, with 37 seen so far. Andrew finishing up there on the 8 falls in a time of 70.77, slotting him into 16th place as of now. So out of that qualification to qualify for that jump off. Next in we welcome Fernando Cardenas. He is aboard Coolray NA. This is an 11-year-old stallion by Quincy Carr out of Dolores Van Davanta. This combination were the winners of a 3-star 2-phase in Tryon this fall. Also picking up several top placings in Tryon during the summer and the fall months before coming back to us here at Wellington International. Still on those 3 clears as of now. Nikki Galligan, Natalie Dean and Jenny Rankin. Just unlucky clipping that vertical at 10. It's about the 9th time we've seen that stone plank come down in today's class. That last oxer coming down also just finishing up there on the 8 jumping falls in a time of 71.11, stalling him into 18th place as of now. Alex Granado is our 12th place as of now, him being our fastest and only 8 falter in to qualify for that jump off, with still plenty left to show in this $32,000 Adequan WEF Challenge Cup here during week 1 of the Winter Equestrian Festival. Next in we have Ireland's Philip McGuan on Orphea HQ. This is an 11-year-old mare by Emerald out of Cateau van de Ekenhof. This pair have been really consistent over the past couple of years. Several top placings together. A really fast duo. Philip riding for Evergate Stables. Basing themselves in New York for the summer months and returning to us here at Wellington International for the winter season. Fellow Evergate rider Niall Nassar is standing in the jump off as of now with just the one down. Philip finishing up there on the 12 jumping falls and a time of 73.84. Falls coming at the first part of that NetJets double, as well as the stone vertical at 10, and you're just clipping the back bar of that Oxer at 13. Our 40th to go in the class today is Caitlin Boyle. She is aboard Navarre. This is a 12-year-old gelding by Tunix out of Just Nice van de Ikenoff. This combination were the winners of a 3-star winning round in Kentucky this fall, as well as the winners of a 2-star Grand Prix during WEF of 2024. Caitlin is a very fast rider, definitely not someone to count out if she gets into that jump off. Still on those 3 clears as of now, Jenny Rankin, Natalie Dean and Nikki Galligan. Just unlucky having that back bar of that NetJets Oxer at 9A coming down for Caitlin Boyle. And that double vertical is causing an issue once again. Caitlin just finishing up there on the 8 jumping falls in a time of 68.61. Aboard Navarre. So 3 clears as of now, Nikki Galligan, Natalie Dean and Jenny Rankin. We have about 25-ish left to see in this class today. And then, as I said, this is a winning round, so our top 12 will return for that jump off no matter of faults, even though we do have our 3 clears as of now. But our fastest and best 12 will return for the jump off. In the ring now is Cian O'Connor on Belvedere. This is a 9-year-old gelding by Billy Congo out of Pauldry's Toot Fruity. This is a newer mount for Cian. Previous ride of Serena Kulich. Cian spending some time over in California at the end of 2024. And this pair picking up some top placings over there. Just unluckily having that second part of that NetJets double down. Coming home to our last line, down to the double verticals at 12 AMB. Just picking up that first part of that double. Keane coming home there on the 8 jumping falls in a time of 72.23. So we have our 12 that will return for the jump off, 3 of those being our clears from Nikki Galligan, Natalie Dean and Jenny Rankin. All the rest of them being our 4 falters except Caitlin Boyle is our fastest 8 falter as of now. So still lots to play for. There's still about 25 left in the class. And we have seen 41 as of now. Next in will be Hallie Grimes aboard Shakato PS. This is a 13-year-old gelding by Diablo Blanco out of Shiraskata. This combination picking up several top placings this summer, about a 3-star and a 5-star level in Traverse City. They were 3rd in a 3-star Grand Prix in Traverse City during the summer months. Just picking up the first part of that NetJets double at 9A before coming down to our last line here. And just clipping that last oxer also. Hallie just coming home there on the 8 jumping faults in a time of 72.20. We have that 1 on the 8 faults qualifying for that jump off as of now. Rest of them being 4 falters, except our 3 clears coming from Nikki Galligan, Natalie Dean and Jenny Rankin. Next into the ring, we welcome Germany's René Dittmar aboard Jumpy van der Hermitage. This is a gelding out of Toulon, out of Whitney van der Hermitage. This gelding jumped at the World Cup finals in Gothenburg with Abdel Said back in 2019. Abdel jumped this gelding during our pre-charity 3-star week here at Wellington International. Rene was the winner of the 5-star Grand Prix at the Hampton Classic. There we go, another clear for Rene Dittmar in a time of 72.38. Giving us our 4th clear as of now. He is joining Nikki Galligan, Natalie Dean and Jenny Rankin. Our 12 that will return for our jump off so far are our 4 clears as well as some of our 4 falters. No 8 falter will return as of now. Next in we welcome Ireland's Shane Sweetnam. on Corlan van der Klapshoot Z. This is a 9-year-old gelding by Komofa out of Ilanva Klapshoot. This is relatively a new ride for Shane. He jumped it during pre-charity here and during pre-season at Wellington International. Shane, of course, another one of those riders that split their time between both Europe and North America during the summer. He was a member of Team Ireland for the Paris Olympics this year, as well as a member on several other Nations Cups for Ireland. Also competed on the Major League Tour back here in North America. Giving us another clear there for Shane Sweetnam in a time of 72.07. So our third fastest clear as of now. Giving us our 5 clears. So Nikki Galligan is our fastest clear as of now. Natalie Dean, Shane Sweetnam, Renna Dittmar, and Jenny Rankin. Our slowest for falter was Kathleen Driscoll, and she's now booted out of the top 12 to return for that jump off. As I said, the 12 will return. If we have greater than 12 clears, our fastest 12 clears will return for that jump off. Next into the ring we welcome Wilton Porter on Stern Mark 3. This is an 11-year-old gelding by Staccato out of Enjoy. Wilton spending his summer in Europe before returning to us here at Wellington International for the winter months. Also spending some of his fall here, jumping pre-season here at our pre-charity as well as our Holiday and Horses series. This combination were clear in a 2-star large tour in Riesenbeck this summer, as well as 4th in a 2-star Grand Prix in Pielbergen. Just picking up that last Oxer at 13 also. So coming home there with the 8 falls for Wilton Porter on Stern Mark 3. So starting into 31st place. So outside the top 12 that will return. That top 12 being our 5 clears as of now, as well as some of our fastest 4 falters. Next we welcome Canada's Lexi Ray. She's aboard her own Crazy Friend. This is a 12-year-old gelding by Cador the 5th out of La Pina. We have our 5 clears as of now, with 12 returning for that jump off, as today's format is a winning round. Lexi and Crazy Friend competed at the under 25 final in Geneva this year, or last year. Pre-Geneva, they spent some time in Spain on that tour and picking up top placings there. before going to Geneva and then returning to us here at Wellington International. As I said, Nick Granite being our course builder today of this 3-star. Seems to have built a very consistent course. Some difficult lines, but overall a very even course. Pretty much all the jumps coming down, which is a great sign of a course builder. Lex coming home to this last line now. That's giving us another clear there in a time of 67.75. A very fast clear also, so giving us our 6th clear as of now. Lexi being our fastest clear as of now in a time of 67.75. Nikki Galligan the 2nd fastest in a time of 68.70. Natalie Dean our 3rd fastest in 71.46. Shane Sweetnam being the 4th fastest in a time of 72.07. And then Renee Diekmar in a time of 72.38. And then Jenny Rankin being the slowest of our clears in a time of 72.69. Some of those 4 falters still hanging in there for that jump off to get into the top 12 for today's class. Next into the ring, we welcome Jorge Mate. He is aboard CCS Ucro. Just picking up that Oxer at 1. I believe that's the first time that Oxer coming down today. This is an 11-year-old stallion by Ucro out of Kiara the 17th. This combination were 5th in the 3-star Grand Prix in Auclabec this summer, as well as picking up several top placings during WEF of 2024. Coming home to our last line, just very unluckily having that first jump down so far. Is coming home there on the 4 falls and a time of 72.43 for Jorge Mate. Starting him into 14th place as of now, so too slow to pick into that top 12. One of our slower 4 falters today, but still some of those 4 falters hanging in there to qualify for that jump off. We have our 6 clear so far. 6 clears, 6 4 falters qualifying for the 2nd round as of now. Next in, we welcome the USA's Charlotte Jacobs, and she is aboard Playboy JTZ. This is a 10-year-old gelding by Presley Boy out of Prada JTZ. This is a previous ride of Rhys Williams in Ireland. This combination were 5th at the World Cup qualifier in Traverse City this summer, as well as picking up a 2-star Grand Prix win in Traverse City. Charlotte and the North Star team spending their time in Traverse City this summer. Charlotte picking up leading rider while competing there. Just unluckily having the first part of that NetJets double down. And that stone vertical at 10 coming down for the 11th time today. Charlotte finishing up there on the 8 jumping falls in a time of 71.89. on Playboy JTZ.
Just runner Lucas Pope now. Lucas again from the Speedy P1, fantasy fella. And this is the man by Vigo Display is Lucas.
6 clear so far. 6 on the 4 falls qualifying for that jump off as of now. As I said, this is a winning round, so our top 12 will return for a jump off no matter of faults, and then we will revert back to 0, and all will come back into the second round on 0, no matter of faults from the first round. Next in, we welcome Lucas Porter. He is aboard Vicata. This is a 13-year-old mare by Vigo de Orstex out of Stavry. This pair were third in a 3-star big tour in earning in October of 2024, as well as spending their summer in Europe, picking up some top results. Lucas traveling with brother Wilton, spending the summer months in Europe, and then basing themselves out of Wellington for the fall and winter. Lucas had a very successful junior career and has progressed to represent the US on some Senior Nations Cup teams. Lucas just finishing up there on the 4 falls in a time of 72.34, slotting him into 13th place as of now. So outside that top 12 that will return for our jump off in today's class. We have our 6 clear so far, as well as 6 that will return on 4 falls into that jump off in today's $32,000 Adequan WEF Challenge Cup. We welcome Mary Deloria into the ring. He is aboard SNL Contara van der Morenoff. This is a 9-year-old gelding by Jean Pleasure van der Mussenhof. This is another competitor that we saw during our WEF 0 last week here. We jumped at a national level during WEF 0. This combination came 5th in our National Grand Prix last Sunday here. Mario just approaching our last line with 8 falls so far. That oxer, at 4 coming down, as well as that vertical at 10. Mario finishing up there on the 8 jumping falls in a time of 68.20. So not qualifying for our jump off in today's class. We have our 6 clears as of now, as well as 6 4 falters that will qualify for the jump off in today's $32,000 Adequan WEF Challenge Cup here at Wellington International. Those 6 clears coming from Lexi Ray, Nikki Galligan, Nolly Dean, Shane Sweetnam, Renna Dittmer, and Jenny Rankin. Our 51st to go in today's class is Carla Mawini aboard her own Car CZ. This is a 12-year-old gelding by Catharo Z out of Percy. This gelding jumped at the Young Horse Championships in Lanaken back in 2018 and 2019. Caroline taking over the ride in 2023. Pair having a very consistent summer as well as a consistent WEF 2024 and finish off the season jumping at that 5-star level together. Caroline, of course, training with Jessica Mendoza. Jumping here during pre-season, picking up some top results and preparing themselves for the season ahead. Caroline coming home there on the 4 jumping faults in a time of 69.15, so very fast for faulter, starting her into 8th place. So kicking Mark Blumen out of the 12 pool that will go into the jump off in today's class. We still have 6 4-faulters and 6 clears in our jump off as of now. We welcome Jessica Leto into the ring next. She is aboard Mistral. This is a 13-year-old gelding by Bingo van de Kappel. Out of Orlando Utopia. This pair spending their summers in New York, jumping up to a 3-star level consistently there. Still on those 6 clears as of now, with our 6 4-faulters joining those 6 clears to return for that jump off. Jessica just having that vertical at 7 down. 4-fall still will get you into the jump off as of now. We just have to be faster than 70.86. Jessica just picking up that plank there at 10 also. Jessica Leda just finishing up there on the 12 jumping faults and a time of 74.18. So just picking up that 1 time fault also. Our time allowed is set at that 74 seconds. So just outside there, adding on that time fault. 6 clears as of now. And then we have 6 4-faulters that are in the pool for the jump off as of now. As this is a winning round, that top 12 will return for that jump off. Next in the ring, we welcome Nikki Hurt. She is aboard Chateau 7. This gelding is out of a Chaco Blue and is by Chaco Blue out of Santula. This pair having some top 10 finishes in at a 3-star level and finishing in the top 10 in a 3-star speed in Traverse City this summer. Nikki was another one we saw during preseason here, jumping in those Holiday Inn Horses series. Still on those 6 clear as of now. Nikki just coming down our last line. Really nice for Nikki, giving us a clear in a time of 70.98. So our third fastest clear as of now. So she is joining Lexi Ray, Nikki Galligan, Natalie Dean, Shane Sweetnam, Rena Dittmar, and Jenny Rankin. So we have our 7 clears and then our 5 falters to return for that jump off as of now. Christian Cuckoo just being kicked out of that top 12 to return.
This is the Canada here in Ballard and Zarka Duval.
We have about 11 left to go in the first round of this $32,000 WEF Adequan Challenge Cup. Next entering, we welcome Erin Ballard. She is aboard Escara de Bellam. This is an 11-year-old mare by Ukalik out of Carzara de Bellam. This combination was 6th in a 3-star in San Miguel during the fall of 2024. Erin, of course, part of Team Canada that jumped at the Paris Olympics this year. Another one of our riders that spent some of her time between Europe and North America this summer. Coming home there on the 4 jumping falls in time of 71.49. That fence just coming down there at the second part of that blue double at 12B. Not fast enough to keep her in the top 12 for the jump off of today's class. So just the 4 faults for Erin Ballard. We have our 7 clear so far. And then 5 falters currently returning for that jump off. Next into the ring, we welcome Spencer Britton aboard Unstar de Beckenoff Z. This is an 11-year-old mare by Untouchable 27 out of Javelin de Champy. Just picking up that vertical at fence 5. I believe that's the first time that vertical has come down in today's class. This is another combination jumped during pre-circuit here at Wellington International. Jumping at our 3-star pre-charity week. Getting some placings in our speed class there. Still on that 7 clears as of now. Spencer finishing up there on 24 jumping faults and a time of 73.75.
Lucy Delorier and Jovaro. Van Alvaro est là pour faire la réunion de test de Stallion Valide LLC.
Next into the ring, we welcome Lucy Delorier. She is our first of 8 before the end of this first round of the $32,000 Adequan WEF Challenge Cup. She is aboard Jovaro N. This is an 11-year-old stallion by H5 Alvaro out of Marina. This stallion is a previous mount of James Arkins, as well as Matt Williams. This combination were 5th in a 2-star Grand Prix in New York during the summer. And Lucy and Jovaro just picking up that fence at fence 5, that farm vet vertical. Second time we've seen that come down back to back with Lucy and Spencer. Just having that first part of that double done also, so Lucy finishing up there on the 8 faults and a time of 71.41. Still those 7 clears as of now, and we will have 5 for falters that will return for the jump off, as this is a winning round, and a total of 12 will return for that jump off. Next into the ring, we welcome Rodrigo Pessoa aboard Delaida. This is an 11-year-old mare by De Montesimili. This mare is a previous ride of Nicola Philippart's. This combination being one of our combinations that spent their summer in Europe. They picked up a win in a 4-star in Valkenswaard, as well as jumping on the team together in Aachen. Rodrigo coming home there on the 8 jumping faults and a time of 67.43. So still on those 7 clears as of now: Lexi Ray, Nikki Galligan, Nikki Herr, Natalie Dean, Shane Sweetnam, Renee Dittmar, and Jenny Rankin. Our first of 6 remaining in the class is Doug Payne aboard Quintessence. This is a 14-year-old gelding. Just having that oxer at fence 4 down, as well as that vertical at 5. Doug, of course, a very experienced rider, competed at the Olympics in eventing for the US. So eventing rider as well as a show jumping rider. Doug was another one of our riders that jumped at that national level last week during WEF 0. Just choosing to collect himself before approaching that last oxer. Just making sure he finishes on a positive note. Doug just finishing up there on the 20 jumping faults as well as 12 time faults, and a time of 85.30.
Coming into a final view, and for the USA now, it's BZ Van. This time around with a ride from Abigail Webster, trained by Constanzo Central, Nairobi.
Next in, we welcome USA's BZ Madden aboard Abigail Wexner's Nairobi. This is a 10-year-old mare by Calasco out of Nouvelle Cuisine. This mare is a previous mount of Kelly Allen back in Europe. BZ taking over the ride in 2024. Pair jumping several 3-stars together. Finishing third in a 2-star Grand Prix in Traverse City this summer. BZ, of course, a very experienced rider. Very highly decorated American rider. Was part of the US team that won gold back in the Beijing Olympics. BZ giving us another clear there in a time of 72.58. So giving us our 8th clear as of now, being our 7th fastest clear. So she will go 7th last in the class, in the jump off class today. So 8 clears as of now. BZ joins Lexi Ray, Nikki Galligan, Nikki Hurt, Natalie Dean, Shane Sweetnam, Renee Dittmar, and Jenny Rankin.
Ski has not marked for anymore. 15-year-old horse kind of galloping. Well, that is a little cooperating when she gets those cables. First to 5.
Our first of 5 remaining in today's $32,000 Adequan WEF Challenge Cup is Jimmy Toronto, and he is aboard Chewbacca HCC. This is a 13-year-old gelding by Clara Moe out of Wanda the 7th. This combination were 6th in the National Grand Prix on Sunday, last Sunday. Long-term partner of Jimmy. They jumped in our Rolex 5-star Grand Prix here during WEF of 2024. Giving us another clear. Jimmy Tron clear on Chewbacca HCC in a time of 72.36. So he is the 6th fastest clear, so giving us our 9 clears as of now. So we have those 9 clears, and we have 4 falters as of now that will return for that jump off, with 4 remaining. Next in, we welcome Ireland's Tom Watchman, our first of 4 remaining in the first round of this $32,000 WEF Challenge Cup. It is Tom Watchman, and he is aboard Do It Easy. This is a 12-year-old gelding by Vogo CC out of Fleur de Lisle. This gelding is a previous mount of Kendra Brinkoff. This is one of Tom's mounts he had in Spain pre-season here before coming out. They did a circuit down by the Sunshine Tour before packing up and coming over to us here in the US. Tom, of course, training with Cian O'Connor, who we saw previously in this class. Tom finishing up there on the 12 jumping faults in a time of 71.39.
Club place at the moment is from Grant and Nate on the 4 faults, and there's 23 of them in on 4 faults, the rest faults. In version 3 left to compete at Mexico's Carlos Hank with H5 over Yorkta. On by Sport Horses Rancho Santa Fe, California, and 11-year-old Belgian.
Our first of 3 remaining in our class today is Carlos Hank aboard H5 Orige Horta. H5 Orga Horta is a 11-year-old gelding out of Irensa Horta by Casanova de la Palme. This gelding jumped at the Young Horse World Championships in Lanaken back in 2021. This pair were third in a 5-star in Thermal at the end of last year, as well as another pair that spent their summer in Europe, Carlos being on the GCT tour and jumping at some of those legs. Carlos finishing up there on 4 faults in a time of 71.00, slotting him into 16th place.
With H5 over Yorkta with the 16th. Missing the cutoff for the second round.
So just missing that cutoff for that second round. We have our 9 clears as of now to go into that second round, as well as 3 that are on 4 faults.
The last fault is the driving by Motar.
Next into the ring, we welcome Lauren Murphy, and she is aboard Volantos. This is a 13-year-old gelding by Voltaire-Proof out of La Sponmati. Lauren is our first of 2 remaining in today's $32,000 Adequan WEF Challenge Cup. This combination were 4th in a 3-star in Tryon in July of last year, as well as a top 10 finish in a 2-star Grand Prix in Tryon during the summer. Just unlucky picking up that fence at 7. Just finishing up there on the 16 jumping falls in a time of 73.01 for Lauren Murphy. We have 1 left to go. We have 9 clears and 3 that will, on 4 falls, that will go into the jump off. As I said, this is a winning round format, so top 12, no matter of falls, will return to the jump off, and they will come back in on 0. So we'll play a level playing field for everybody. Our last to go in the first round of this $32,000 WEF Adequan Challenge Cup is Margie Goldstein Ingalls, and she's aboard Jack of Hearts. This 14-year-old gelding is by Heartbeat out of Brasilia S. This 14-year-old gelding did jump at the Young Horse World Championships in Lanaken back in 2018. Margie spending her summers in Traverse City and having a consistent summer up there with both Jack of Hearts and her other mount Deaconess. Margie just picked up that 4 falls at that farm vet vertical, but if she's fast enough, she still can make it into the jump off for today's cast. She just has to be faster than 69.42, set by Roberto Turan. Just picking up that first part of that double. So Margie finishing up there on a total of 8 faults and a time of 73.59. Margie Goldstein Ingalls finished out our first round of this $32,000 Adequan WEF Challenge Cup. So our top 12 will return for the jump off, all coming back on a level playing field. Our first to go into the jump off will be Roberto Turan. He is the slowest of the 3-4 falters that will return for the jump off. Carla Mawini will go next, Niall Nassar, and then we will go to our clear round. So Jenny Rankin was the slowest of our clear rounds. BZ Madden, Renee Dittmar, Jimmy Toronto, Shane Sweetnam, Nally Dean, Nikki Hurt, Nikki Galligan, and Lexi Ray. So a total of 12 return in reverse order of their falls and times from the first round. We are just going to take a quick break before we return for the jump off. We're going to do a quick touch up of the surfaces and remove any jumps that we do not need for the jump off.
welcome you accept the second round of this $32,000 WEF Challenge Cup, and over the short course designed by Nick Brannis, there is fence 1, the Southern Arches, our title sponsor course of the Grand Prix later on this week. Parvet fence at fence 5 comes over to the second on course. Then 6A and B, the Adequan fence, our presenting sponsor of today's class.
Welcome back to Wellington International. My name is Ellen Sweetnam, and we are here for the jump off of the $32,000 WEF Challenge Cup here. We have a total of 12 returning for our jump off. This class was formatted as a winning round. So our top 12 will return. We had 9 clears and then 3 4 falters. Our fastest 3 4 falters will return for that jump off. We are going in reverse order, so our slowest of our 3 4 falters that qualified for our jump off will go first. That will be Roberto Turan, and then we will go down with our 2 other 4 falters as well as the rest of our clears in reverse order of the first round. We have 3 new jumps in the jump off today. The course will begin over that Southern Arches Oxer at 1. Southern Arches being our title sponsor of this week at the Winter Equestrian Festival. Roberto Turan is the first to take on our course. Will be Roberto Turan. There's just a fence down in the course, so just fixing that before we give Roberto the bell to start his jump off. So Roberto just getting the bell there. So as I said, the first jump in this jump off will be that Oxer at 1, that Southern Arches Oxer, the sponsor of our first week of the Winter Equestrian Festival, as well as our Grand Prix sponsor for Saturday night. So we'll begin over 1, then rolling back to 5, and then to 6A and B, before turning back to that vertical at 7, cross the ring to one of our new jumps, fence 15 at that Brain Juice vertical, then down to our another new jump at fence 16, that Dodd Technologies Oxer at 16, turning back to just part A of that double that is left to 12A, and finishing over fence 13. Roberto Turan going clear in time of 41.63. So as I said, this is a winning round. So everybody comes in on 0, even though Roberto came in on that 4 false in the first round. He will come into the second round on 0. So slotting him into the lead as of now, giving us a nice clear round in time of 41.63. The second person to see will be Carla Mawini. She is aboard Carsey Z. Caroline was another one that had 4 false in the first round, but will be returning to our jump off. Once again, starting over that Southern Arches Oxer at 1, and just needs to be tight back to that Farm Vet vertical at 2. The original number 2 from the first round was removed, so that barrier gives you a little bit more space to go out or go as tight as you want to that 5. Caroline nice and tight back to that vertical at 7. Just taking a bit of a hold across to that Brain Juice vertical, then to the Dodd Technologies Oxer, before needing to be nice and tight to this 12A. Just very unluckily having that last Oxer down at fence 13 for in a time of 44.68. Roberto Turan still hanging on to that top spot in a time of 41.63. So now we move on to our clears. Niall Nassar was also for falter from that first round, but just choosing not to jump in the jump off today. Our first of those clears from our first round is Jenny Rankin. Jenny is aboard Ibiza. So it's important just to put in that clear. Roberto is already clear and fast. Removing that jump 2 that was already there. Just a bit of miscommunication coming around the bend from 1 to 5. So just picking up that jump once again, and then we'll reapproach. I was just saying the moving 2 kind of makes it a little bit more difficult to look at your track. If you had that jump there, you could choose to either go on the inside line or the outside line. So it's really just up to the riders to judge how tight they can go, because they have as much space as they want to use. So Jenny just gathering herself before reapproaching the farm vet vertical at 5. Just not their day today. Second stop there, just an elimination there for Jenny Rankin in the jump off of this $32,000 WEF Challenge Cup. So Roberta Duran still in that top spot with a clear in a time of 41.63, being our only clear so far in the jump off of this WEF Challenge Cup, kindly sponsored by Adequan. Next in, we welcome BZ Madden aboard Naromi. Nairobi and BZ will have to put in a clear in a time of less than 41.63. So Roberta was like nice and tight, tried his lines, came nice and tight from 1 to 2, and just came a really nice rhythm the whole way around. BZ came nice and tight back to that, and just kept a contact and counted down to Adequan double, just having that first part of that double down before looping back to that vertical at 7. Cross the ring to that brain juice vertical that was new in the jump off today, before crossing across the ring to that Dog Technologies Oxer. Unfortunately just picking up that one also. BZ coming home there on the 8 jumping faults, as well as 1 time fault in a time of 48.98. Slotting her into 3rd place as of now. Roberta Duran still in that top spot with the clear and the jump off in a time of 41.63. Carla Mawhinney being our fastest for falter in a time of 44.68. And BZ Madden going into 3rd with 8 faults, 1 jumping fault, or 1 time fault in a time of 48.98. Next in, we welcome Rena Dittmar aboard Jumpy van der Hermitage. Time to beat is 41.63 seconds. So it's important to get nice and tight back to this big vertical. It was a vertical that caused several issues in the first round, so it is something people have to be wary of. Renee just having that vertical at 7 down. Crossing across the ring to the Brain Juice green vertical, then to our Dog Technologies Oxer, before turning back to 12A, 12B being removed for the jump off in today's class. Renee finishing up there on 8 faults in a time of 43.58, slotting him into 3rd place as of now. Roberta Tron still in that top spot in a time of 41.63, being our only clear as of now. Next in, we welcome Jimmy Toronto, and he is aboard Chewbacca HCC. Time to beat is set at 41.63. Jimmy just having a look at the course. Specific places you can go a little bit tighter to. He knows his horse very, very well, so he knows where he can go super tight and then also places where he can open up that canter and just make some time up. You can see him coming nice and tight back to the farm vet vertical. That vertical is also set at an angle away from when you're turning, so it's a little bit harder for the horses to see. Really tight and smooth, just needing to open up that canter a little bit across the ring to make up some time. And naturally that oxer will push you out a little bit to turn back to the vertical at 12A. Just coming down to the last oxer. Jimmy going clear there in a time of 45.56. So starting him into second place as of now. Roberto Tron still in that top spot in a time of 41.63. We have 2 clears in the jump off as of now. Roberto Tron in that top spot. As I said, in a time of 41.63. Jimmy Toronto now in second in a time of 45.56. Next in, we welcome Ireland's Shane Sweetnam aboard Corian van Klapschuitze. We've seen 6 so far in this jump-off class. Shane would have watched those 6 and been able to see where he can make up time. Also know his horse very well and figure out where he can make up some time to beat Roberto's time in a time of 41.63. Nice and tight back to 1 to 2 and then just opening up down to the Adequan double. Really tight to the vertical at 7, then just opening up the canter back to this Brain Juice vertical across the ring. Needing to just move up a little bit, coming to the Dodd Technologies Oxer before turning tight back to 12A. And then just needs to open up now, just has about 3 seconds to get home. Going clear but outside the time in a time of 43.39. So Shane slotting into second place as of now. Roberto Tron still hanging on to that top spot in a time of 41.63. So definitely a faster round than originally thought. So Roberto Tron is in the lead in time of 41.63. Shane Sweetnam is in second in 43.39. And Jimmy Toronto's in third in 45.56. There are 3 clears as of now in the second round of this $32,000 Adequan WEF Challenge Cup here during week 1 of the Winter Equestrian Festival. Next to take on is Natalie Dean on Concalma. Natalie was our first clear in the first round. Just opening up down to the Adequan double. And just needs to go tight here. And just, yeah, Natalie doing a good job of just moving up across the ring. Just making up that time. Just keeping that rhythm back to the Dodd Technologies Oxer. Just unluckily tipping that and having that Oxer down. Natalie finishing up there on 4 faults in a time of 45.61. Slotting her into 5th place as of now as our second fastest 4 faulter. Callum Winnie being that faster 4 faulter and being in 4th place. Roberto Duran still leads as the fastest of our clears with Iron Maiden in a time of 41.63. Shane Sweetnam in second in a time of 43.39. And Jimmy Toronto in third in a time of 45.56. We've only seen 3 clears in the jump off of today's class. 9 gone, 3 left to go. Nikki Hurt goes into the ring next on Chateau 7. Roberto has put down a fast time, so definitely something that people have to chase coming to the first Oxer at 1, and just important to get nice and tight back to the Farm Vet vertical at fence 5. Nikki just opening up her canter, coming back to the vertical at 7. And it's just important to move across the ring. Like, granted, our course designer has built it in a way that they move up across the ring, make time up while you gallop across the ring. Just unlucky having that 12A down. Finishing there on 4 faults and a time of 45.25. Selling her into 5th place as of now. So just slightly faster than Nally Dean, so popping up above her in the placings. Our second to last to go in this class was our second fastest clear, was Nikki Galligan. Time to beat is set at 41.63 by Roberta Duran and Iron Maiden. It's important to keep all the jumps up though. We do only have those 3 clears in the jump off as of now. Next is Nikki Galligan on VDL Nikita Vandeluruak. Just needs to be tight back here while keeping the canter up back to this big vertical at 7. And then really has to open up. It's really where Roberto utilized his space and also gained some time, was really opening up across that ring from 7 to 15 to 16. Nikki coming home there in a time of 43.54. Clear round, but slotting him into a 3rd place as of now. Roberta Tron still in that top spot in the time of 41.63. Shane Sweetnam in 2nd. Nikki Galligan in 3rd. Jimmy Toronto in 4th. Carla Mooney in 5th. Nikki Hurt in 6th. Natalie Dean 7th. Renna Dittmar in 8th. And Beezy Madden in 9th. So just one left to go. One person that can take that top spot off Roberta Turan. That is Lexi Ray on her mount, a Crazy Friend. This combination were the fastest clear from our first round. So a fast duo. Lexi would have watched the others and seen where Roberto made up time and know her horse well enough to know exactly where she can make up time. Time to beat is 41.63. Really nice and tight back to that vertical and kept her canter. Kept it flowing down to the double, and then you can see that she's tight back here to the vertical at 7, just having that down. So Roberto Turan will be the winner of our Adequan WEF Challenge Cup Week 1 of Winter Crushing Festival. Lexi just seems to need to gather her contact once again. That vertical across the ring is at very much of an angle, so just making sure that she has the right approach. Just a wave of the hand there for Lexi Ray and Crazy Friend. That will conclude our $32,000 WEF Challenge Cup, sponsored by Adequan. Roberto Tron will take the top spot in today's class. Shane Sweetnam is second, Nikki Galligan in third, Jimmy Toronto in fourth, Carla Mowini in fifth, Nikki Hurt in sixth, Natalie Jean in seventh, Renee Dittmar finishing in eighth, and BZ Madden finishing in ninth. Before we close off the live stream for today, we'd like to say thank you to our title sponsor, Southern Arches. Southern Arches is a proud sponsor of the 2025 Winter Equestrian Festival. Also to our sponsor, Adequan, who is a sponsor of today's WEF Challenge Cup, the first of the Winter Equestrian Festival. Adequan, American Region Animal Health maker of Adequan, Polysulfade Guycan is a proud sponsor of today's $32,000 Adequan WEF Challenge Cup during week one of the Winter Equestrian Festival. For over 30 years, Adequan has been trusted by veterinarians, trainers, and horse owners. Visit adequan.com to learn more. Presenting our live stream is Dodd Technologies, your partner in engineering extraordinary experiences since 1983. Discover how they elevate sports, entertainment, and corporate events at Dodd Technologies. Lastly, we'd like to thank USEF is also a presenting sponsor of our live stream in partnership with the support of the U.S. Equestrian Federation and the USEF Network. Thank you everybody for joining me. I'm Ellen Sweetnam and I will be back with you guys on Sunday for the 1m50 Hermes class. Please join us on Saturday night for our first Saturday Night Grand Prix of WEF of 2024.
Adequan is the right choice for your horse. Learn more at adequan.com. Here to present on behalf of Adequan Valley Archery to our top three for today's Adequan WEF Challenge Cup. Our top three riders now headed back to the Adequan combination for photos at the conclusion of our Adequan WEF Challenge Cup round one and the series here at the Winter Equestrian Festival. Our third place rider up for photos. Congratulations to Nikki Galligan, the Irishman, placing third for the Santa Rosa group with Nikita Vandeluca. Second award will go to another Irishman, finishing here in the top three. Shane Sweetnam takes the red rosette with his and Oquest LLC's Vorian the Crapshoot. And the man that went first in the second round of putting the pressure on the field, setting a time at 41.63 and holding that lead through the entire second round. Congratulations to Columbia's Roberto Tirano with Iron Maiden, owned by the Rocky Basilisk Farm, Lexington, Kentucky, 41.63. The second round time to take the top call for the Columbia. In addition to the blue ribbon and the prize money today, Roberto will also be the recipient of the Paul Scriber Memorial Trophy, awarded to the winner of the Adequan WEF Challenge Cup round one. Thank you again to Valerie Arcuri being here for the presentation on behalf of Adequan. We're going to ask our winning rider, Columbia's Roberto Tirano, when you are ready to lead the way on a lap of honor